Hello students, welcome to our online session. These classes we finished with two units in Java. First chapter was about introduction to Java, and second chapter focused mainly on concepts like classes and interfaces. In between, in the classes and interfaces, we saw the concepts like inheritance, overloading, overriding. Then other concept we focused on. Now we have come to our third chapter. Third chapter focuses on two major concepts. One is about packages and another is about threading. So packages is one topic and multi-threading programming is another set of concepts. So here it focuses two concepts. Today's class we will focus on the concept of packages. So packages concepts is been given. These are the concepts which we need to cover up in this today's session. So we will move on to the concept of packages. If we could do, since we have done practicals also, if you could remember any Java program when I write, you will always start with import space java.io asterisk like that. Why we write IO like asterisk means we are trying to import IO files from IO packages. So how the Java is designed is all the related library files. Okay, library files are the files which help us to run the program. So whatever is a related files are being stored as a folders. See, all the input-output based files are stored as an IO package. Same way, the files which is required for all the networking is stored as one folder. Like every required options is being stored as a folder. So those folder, I call it as a package. So when I want to run any program, first I need to call IO package. Similarly, when you want to run a program like stack, vector and all, you will call util package. When you want to run mathematical based program, you have to call math package. So that the folder arrangement, we call it as packages. Inside the package, what will be the thing means it will have a collection of class files, which will help us to run the program. Okay, so this session we will discuss about the concept of packages, and one more specialty of Java is Java has rich built-in packages. Lot of library files are there. Like other programming language, even Java has lot of packages available. And one more specialty is you can use the existing package, and also you can go for an you can create your own package. Okay, so this session we will focus on how to use the existing package and also how to create our own packages. So this is how the main features of Java is the reusability. So one of the main concept of OOPS which we come across is we can reuse means one time I write a program, the same class file can be called any number of times. How it is possible means with the concept of inheritance. If you could remember, inheritance the concept where I use the feature of a parent class. Same way, through the concept of interfaces also we can reuse the code. When we keep on reusing the code, we need all these codes should be stored in some places. Okay, that can be achieved with the help of a set of library files called packages. Okay. So packages are Java's way of grouping number of related class files. So what are packages means? It's a collection of same class files or interfaces together into a single unit. That full related files are stored inside one folder. That folder is called containers, or we can call it as a packages. So what are packages? Java packages are way of grouping number of related class files. ಯಾವ್ದಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು related class files ಅಂತ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ store ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು when I can call those things, so that entire related files will be stored in one place. So that I call it as a package or a containers. If I can use in my program, then I can call it as a packages. So what is the use of this? What is the benefit by using like this packages means the class contained in a package of other program application can be reused. So once it is stored as a package, the library files are stored in the package, you can reuse it depending upon the access specifier. Any number of time you want to reuse the same class, you can reuse it. And the package classes can be unique compared with the classes in other package. And one more speciality is the packages, all related packages are placed in one place. So every package will have a unique number. Unique means individual different classes available. The IO input output kelsa madake one separate package. Util package is one separate package. Like that, related packages will be stored in the places. And classes in packages can be hidden. So if we don't want other packages to access. One more speciality, even if in case you don't want to reuse the package, you can hide it also. That is also possible. How it is possible means, if you could remember, we'd have studied about access specifiers, access modifiers and all. In case if I declare my class as if I declare my object as a private and other thing, I can use only within my class. Like that, using these kind of access specifiers, I can avoid using my package. If you want to reuse your package also, your options are there. If you want to hide your package also, options are available. So packages are also provided a way of separating design from coding. So the technical, the implementation part of all these library files can be kept as a separate folder so that you can differentiate between your designing and the coding. For that also packages will be helpful. First, we will start with already existing packages. There are many packages available. I have mentioned 6 foundation Java packages which are available. One is LAN package. Under LAN packages only, you have primitive wrapper class we studied, no, that and all is available in LAN package. Then string, math function, threads and exceptions and all comes under LAN package. And we have a package called util. In that you have class files which contain such as vectors, hash tables, date and time. All these things comes under util package. Then you have IO package. All the stream classes, the data input stream, buffer reader, all the files required for your input and output operations are available under IO package. Then AWT. Under AWT package, all the graphical user interface. Java is a programming language through which you can design a graphic-based programming, like how your games and all, computer games and all is designed. Using Java, you can design those games and all. So there is one more set of package through which you can design the gaming. Even in our 4th chapter, little bit of animation effect we will also study. So the packet which is used to run our graphical user interface is also available under AWT, and all the classes files related to a networking concept is available under .NET. And when we want to run a graphic package in Java, you need to run the package in the applet mode. Okay, what we are seeing that Java compiling and doing as of now, we are doing a normal programs. But you want to do a graphical based program, then you need to use this applet package. Okay, so when you want to execute this AWT and all, see these two will be a pair. When you want to execute this AWT and all, you need to use this applet programming for running and creating applets. Okay, so these are the foundation based packages. Apart from that, many packages are there. These are the commonly used packages. Okay, so these are all already existing packages in Java. How we use these packages means, see in a Java, in an package thing, the LAN will be a package. Inside LAN, whatever is packages available. So under LAN, we saw there is a package called string. Under LAN, we have a package called math and all. So all will be placed under LAN. I will have math package as separate folder. Then I will have a string package as a sub package. So LAN is my main package. Inside that, I will have the other classes available under this package. See, take this. AWT is my package name. Under that, I have a files called graphics. I have a classes called graphics. I have class called fonts. I have class files called images. So like this, it will be arranged. So that's the reason we call it as packets are like containers. The AWT is a container. Inside that container, you will have subclasses like graphics, fonts, images, like that. So one package, when I say, it will have lot of class files. So what is a package? It's a collection of related class files. What is package? It is a collection of related class files. So how will you access your already existing existing package? Means user defined package, means not user defined package, built-in package, already existing package. How we will use means, I think all of us know, because every Java program we used to write like that. We will use a name import package name. If you know the class name, you can directly mention the class name, or you can just give asterisk. So usually any Java program we write no import Java. So Java is your main folder. Okay. If you could remember, see here, Java is your main folder. Inside that you will have a package dot lan. Lan means it will take all the class file inside the lan. When I say dot math means inside a lan package, it will take a class file called math. Okay. If I don't specify this, in case if I don't specify this option, so in case if I just give IO dot asterisk means all the class files available under IO package will be available. If you are so particular about, you know, the class file which you are going to use in the program, instead of asterisk, you can specify the class file. That's what they have given here. You can directly give import java.math. That means you are going to use mathematical class based file in your program. In case if you don't know what you are going to use, just instead of math, you make it asterisk. All the class files available under LAN package will be available to you. So how you will declare a class file means import package dot class or import package dot asterisk. Okay. So this is the example where this is how we will give import java.dan dot asterisk. This is how we will use our already existing packages. Apart from that, Java has a specialty to create our own packages. It's not that you need to use already existing packages. You can create your own packages also. Even that facility is available in Java. So to create your own packages, you have to use a keyword called package. See, Java supports a keyword called package for creating user-defined package. If it is system-defined package, you will use a word import. If your user-defined package, you will use a word package. Okay, you should know the difference. When I start with import, that means I'm using a package which is designed by the already existing package. When I say package, when I start a program with package, that means user-defined package I am using. The package statement must be the first statement in Java source file. In any program, whatever may be a user-defined program or your built-in package, the package name should be the first name. Then you can specify the class name. Okay. So here in this example, package name is my package, and inside that it has two classes, class A, and some content is stored, and also it has class B. And so what's happened? Package name is my package. Inside that it has two class name, class A and class B. So how we have to save this is, you need to, in your system, when you create this package, you need to create a folder called my package. I think all of you know what is called folder. There will be a small icon with an yellow color like suitcase structure, that is called folder. So whenever you want to create a package, create a folder and give the name of your package name, that is my package. Okay. Inside that my package, store two class file. One is called class A, another is called class B. So then what will happen? Inside your my package folder, two class files are there. So when I call my package, both the class files will be available to me. See, that's what I have given down. Package name is my package and classes are considered to the part of the package. The code is saved for a file called classa.java and located in the directory called my package. Directory means the folder called my package. So for the created package, you can create sub packages. That means I have a folder called my package, open that and create one more folder, then it will become a sub package. Okay, subfolder. Usually in the thing subfolder will call, here it is sub package. So for example, I have a package called my package. Inside that I'm creating one more folder called second package. Means, see, this is how we can give my package and create a folder called second package. So the second package is called subfolder for my package. So provision for creating a sub package is also possible, and also you can access those things. See, when I want to access my second package, I can give package my package inside dot second package. Even inside second package you create one more folder, and if you create a folder called third package, even you can have like this. Clear? So how to access the created package? This is the command to create a package. How you give package name. To use your built-in, you have created already and you want to use your package, means you will give the statement import, then package names. Dot asterisk if you give also enough. Package, it's not that package dot sub package name and all you have to mention. Just give import package name dot asterisk, means all the things available under your package will be available to you. Here usually in a built-in function, how will I give? Import space java dot lan, java dot io, like that I will give. But in user defined package you can't give java because we are not going to store inside the java package. So you can directly give your package name like import package 1. See this example, import my package. If you want dot class A, was a class A file. Apart from that, you want to give like this also, you can specify import my package dot asterisk. All the packages, sub packages available under my package will be available to you. Clear? This is how you will access a package. So to create a package, we use a syntax called package and package name. Inside that you will put a class files, and in system, in the name of your package, you will create a folder. In name of the two class files, class A, class B, you will create a Java program, save it and keep it. And to access your package, you will use a word import package name. And to use your package name, okay, to use your package name, you can use like this. To let us store the code listing below in the file name class A. See, I have a package, my package. Inside that I have a class called class A. I have a file. Inside that I want to store some content, means, see here within a subdirectory my package, see class A, and then I'm telling display. Class A what I'm giving? I'm telling, I'm creating a method called display, and that I am printing hello, I am class A. So whenever you call a class A package display, it will print hello, I am class A. So this is how you can use a created package. See, here I have created a code display, a method called display, and I have stored hello, I am using class A. You once saved it, and you would have saved class A. And see, don't get confused. Class A is just your Java program. You would have typed, saved it, and compiled it. Once you compile a Java program, it will become a class file. So your typed document also will be there. Class A.class file also will be available. That only you will use it for using a package. See, I'm importing my package.class A. And this is class A, but now I am creating another class called class X. Your main method I'm calling. I'm creating an object for class A package, which is one of my package class. Class A object equal new class and obj dot display. So what will happen? So display this where I'm creating for an object for my class A object is created. So it will print I am in class A. Hello, I am a class A. Your output for this program is hello, I am class A. From class A package It will take the display method. Whatever content is there in the display method, it will print. So this is how you can use your created package. See, package was created in class A, but we are using it in the class X. Like that, once package is created, any number of program you can use those concept. So how to, we see, this is my class package, this is another class. So how to compile and run means class X is Java is compiled. So what we should take care is, while compiling here, let me rub the return ink. Okay, here class X can be stored in any location. Like other normal program, you can just type this class X, save it, compile it. But class A file should have been inside my package. In case if it is not inside my package folder, you won't get the output. That you should remember. Class X can be stored in a common place, but since you have given my package dot class A, wherever it is, class A can be accessed. And also your access specifier is public. Public means all of you know, you can use wherever it is there, anywhere, wherever it is, like open to all, anywhere it is there, access permission is there. So it will fetch and access the information. That is what is explained in this. Like this, you can extend the packages also. You can use it for any number of packages also. Like you can extend it and use it off. And this packages and protections. We have already seen about access modifiers. So when it comes to packages, what are the protection? If it is a public, all your packages is open to everybody. If it is a private, only within your classes packages available. So it is not a thing. So that you should think, that we call it that visibility. So if I have declared my method or class as a private, it is visible everywhere. So it can be applicable to methods, variables, and completely visible. If I declare it as a private, only visible within the class, and it is not visible within the subclass also. Private members are not visible within subclasses also and cannot be inherited. And if it is private protected, members of the class are visible along with the subclasses, along with the classes of same package. In case if I have given it as a protected, none class, none subclass, none same package can be visible. Okay. So if you remember this chart, you can understand. So when it comes to public, if you have it in the same class also, it is visible. Classes in package also visible. Subclass in different package also you can use it. Non-subclass also you can use it. When it comes to protected mode, same class packages is there, yes. Class in the package, yes. Subclass in different package also is possible, but non-subclass, nim package subclass illa, ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು package subclass ಅನ್ನು ನೀವು use ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Okay. Then if it is a default, same class it will allow, class in package is allow, subclass in other packages or non-subclass of different packages is not possible. Private means only within the class it is possible and all other options are impossible. Okay, this is how packages can be accessed. If you want your package to be accessed by everyone and everybody, you can make it public. You want your package to be accessed only by your own class, means you can declare it as private. Now we need to discuss about name clashing in packages. When the concept of name clashing comes means, consider this example. I have created a package called pack1. It has two class files, teacher and student. I have created another package called pack2 with the student and course. So I have two packages, pack1 and pack2. One package has teacher and student and another package has student and course. So when it comes, when we have given like this, see, I'm calling pack1, I'm also calling pack2. So both the packages I'm calling. Then when I call student1, system get confused whether they have to call the class file of pack1 or class file of pack2, because we have just given student. So in this situation, compilation error happens because they doesn't know, system compiler won't know whether they have to call this student or this student. To overcome this, you can specify whichever package student you want, that you can specify. See, pack1 dot student, then you can call that student1, or pack2 student and student2. So if you want to call that pack1 student, specify pack1 dot student. Like this, you can avoid the name clashes in packages. Okay, so these are the next concept is even packages can be extended, like how inheritance can be extended. Even packages can also be extended once created. So that can be done with the word called extends. See here, public class professor, I'm importing a package called pack1 dot teacher. See, it is my own package, and that I am telling public class professor extends teacher, means all the content of the teacher will be available to my class called professor. It's like how inheritance will work, same way it will work. So body of the professor class, but it will have the features of teachers class also. And this concept can be possible only for public and protected member, not for private or default member. It is not suitable for it. It is not possible, not suitable. You should not say it is not possible for private and default members. Okay. These are the concept about packages. Usually packages will be, 2 questions will be asked. Explain the concept of packages. Then you need to write what is packages, what is the built-in packages available, how you will use the already user-defined built-in packages, like you will give import java.io, like that. Second question which is asked in Java package concept is write a note on user-defined packages. Then you will write how will you create a package, how will you access a package, how will you use a package, how will you avoid name clash, how will you extend a class from packages. Everything a little idea with a simple syntax how I have explained. If you give like this, it will be enough. Okay, for both the question I will along with this video I will send the notes also. Take down the notes so that you will understand better. With this we finish our concept. This is the concept about packages. In our next classes we will discuss about the concept about threads. Have a nice day. We will meet in our next session.